Cletus McFarland is currently one of the most talked about people in NASCAR, not because he came through the ranks of traditional racing circuits, but because he exceeded all expectations. His rapid rise from YouTube sensation to professional ARCA Menard Series driver is unmatched in the racing world. It grew so much that it drew the attention of NASCAR's brightest star, Dale Earnhardt Jr. So, what's happening behind the scenes? How does this online icon impact NASCAR's future? Before we dive in, I want to thank the 4,000 plus of you that have subscribed over the last 2 months. The growth has been absolutely insane. Now, for those who haven't yet, we want to reach a whopping 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. Will you be one of them? Subscribe now. Thanks, and let's move on. Let us start from the beginning. Cletus McFarland did not rise via the typical ranks of karting, minor circuits, or feeder series. Instead, he took a completely different route, starting with YouTube and building a massive fan base of over 4 million followers before even setting foot in a professional racing car. His one-of-a-kind quest, which blends internet celebrity and motorsports ambition, has piqued the interest of NASCAR fans and authorities alike. Cletus McFarland's story begins in 2015 when Garrett was a young man who made car-themed movies for fun. Everything changed in July of that year when a friend called him Cletus in a parody video. It was an inconsequential moment at the time, but it marked the beginning of something momentous. Garrett updated his YouTube channel to reflect his new name, Cletus McFarland, as others began to refer to him by that name over time. That simple name change signaled the start of a new era for him. People associated with Cletus's funny, outgoing nature, and his videos gained popularity. Garrett formerly worked with Kyle Loftus, the owner of the popular YouTube channel 1320 Video, before launching his own channel full-time. Really, the guy I owe my entire career to, his name's Kyle Loftus, owner of 1320 Video, Cletus quipped. I filmed a video of a street race and I showed it to him because he was the only guy with a YouTube channel in town. I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my life, and he ended up using the footage in his video. Around this time, Instagram began to acquire popularity. Garrett asked, "Hey, may I help you with your social media? I'm just in high school." Kyle agreed, and for years, Garrett worked for no money, just to learn. He stayed on the channel, absorbed everything, and eventually became Cletus, as Kyle dubbed him in a video. Garrett routinely refers to Kyle as the most gracious person he has ever met. Kyle did not try to profit from the Cletus character's viral success. Instead, he helped Garrett establish his own project. That generosity shaped the YouTube superstar that we know today. Garrett's first breakout moment was a video of a Corvette C7 with whistle tips added to its exhaust. The video was easy, but the interesting thumbnail and title drew viewers in. It finally received more than 14 million views. Garrett learned a vital lesson. The thumbnail and title serve as the video's front entrance. If people do not click, they will never see the content inside. Importantly, Garrett never saw other creators as competition. He noticed that fans of automotive material tend to follow numerous channels rather than just one. "I don't think it's so much competition," he said. "I've always driven myself to be like, I want to be the one with the best content, but I've never felt like my neighbor can pull views off my channel." Cletus didn't just amuse, he built a brand. He arranged events, customized crazy vehicles like the Freedom Factory and Leroy the Savage, and cultivated a devoted following. His audience did more than just watch. They actively participated. The channel's focus grew beyond autos. It was about lifestyle, friendship, humor, and freedom. So, when Cletus decided to pursue a professional racing career, he was joined by hundreds of fans. In 2025, he competed in the ARCA Menard Series, NASCAR's feeder series. His first notable performance was at Daytona. The race did not go as expected. He got involved in a crash and finished 30th. However, the influence was obvious. His in-car video broadcast had over 40,000 live viewers, while Fox Sports post-race coverage of him garnered 5.8 million views, more than 10 times the usual ARCA race. This became known as the Cletus McFarland effect. Fans who had never watched a race before tuned in just to see him. He breathed new life into a sport that urgently needed it, injecting it with humor and relatability. NASCAR has a major issue. Its audience is aging. Younger fans are disinterested. Commentator Mike Joy once stated, "We have 18 and 20-year-olds coming into the Cup Series and earning a name for themselves, but our fan base is getting older. We're not recruiting the young fans we need." Following his success at Talladega, Cletus was invited to Dale Earnhardt Jr. FBS podcast, The Dale Jr. Download, a big deal. Dale Jr. is a well-known racing personality, and his interest in Cletus demonstrates the YouTuber's influence. Dirty Mo Media heavily promoted the episode, which addressed a wide range of themes, including Cletus's debut, motorsport influencers, and how social media is influencing the fan experience. The relationship between influencers and professional sports is not new. Jake Paul drew millions of new fans to boxing. Cletus might be doing the same with racing. If a single YouTuber can get over 5 million views on a post-race video, NASCAR may need to reevaluate its tactics. Traditional press releases and broadcast partnerships aren't enough. Young fans want content that appears authentic and engaged, and Cletus delivers exactly that. During a special event, Dale Jr. even rode the Dale Truck, a drag racing machine created by Cletus. On April 18, 2025, Dale Jr. posted 4 simple words to Instagram after the ride: "Had fun, would recommend." He later likened the truck's launch to a haunted house scare, but with horsepower. "It pushed my whole body back into the seat," he exclaimed, laughing. "My foot came off the floor from the acceleration." Cletus videotaped the encounter on his YouTube channel, showing Dale Jr. performing high-speed runs and even instructing Cletus on how to race at Talladega, where he will compete in the General Tire 200 on April 26th. And now, as the distinction between YouTuber and professional driver fades, the real question is, what comes next? Looking ahead, Cletus McFarland's path may split in a few different directions, each pushing the boundaries of what it means to be a racer and content creator. If his performance at Talladega mirrors the interest he has already generated in the ARCA Menards series, it is not impossible to imagine higher-tier NASCAR teams taking note. While some may question his experience, Cletus's tremendous marketing power is tough to refute. A part-time Xfinity Series ride, perhaps with a mid-pack team seeking exposure, could be the next logical step. That action would not only promote his career, but it would also spark a firestorm of publicity, which NASCAR desperately needs. Brands, sponsors, and event organizers are already keeping track of the revenue he generates. If his subsequent races follow a similar pattern, someone will make the decision. However, Cletus's promise goes beyond simply winning races. With the success of his events, such as Cletus in Cars and the Freedom 500, he has proved his ability to create experiences that rival major motorsport spectacles, all on his own terms. If he decides to invest more in his own brand, he has the potential to reshape fan-based racing entertainment. Consider a national tour that mixes drifting, drag racing, and oval short tracks, all of which are live-streamed to millions of people and feature active fans. A grassroots motorsports movement led by someone who has never needed a formal racing experience to succeed. At the same time, Cletus might act as NASCAR's much-needed link to the next generation. The sport is seeking to modernize, but few ambassadors are better placed than he is. He speaks the web language, brings personality to the paddock, and understands how to keep content flowing without corporate censorship. If NASCAR is wise, it will let Cletus be Cletus, not only on the track, but also behind the scenes, defining future broadcasts, internet involvement, and maybe new race formats built for the streaming era. Whether he becomes a breakout cup driver, the next Don King of illegal racing, or the man who brought NASCAR to the TikTok generation, one thing is certain: Cletus McFarland has not stopped surprising us yet.